No, that's okay. No worries. Hey, I'm here with Cassidy. We're going to be having a little chat tonight. It's going to be pretty informal, just about a couple of things that have happened over the past couple of days. I wanted to come on tonight. I was thinking, since we're expecting all these documents to be coming out in the coming week, I'm going to be hit with some overexposure probably. So I was like, why don't I take tomorrow off instead? And then tonight I can just, especially because I have a friend with me, so I can just hang out and talk about what I'm kind of curious to get your thoughts on some of this stuff too. So the first thing that I wanted to mention was, well, I saw the headlines about, her new lawyer, Sigrid McCawley, which
is not new to things at all.
Right. No, I guess she represented the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so she, I guess, in the headlines was kind of saying like Blake Lively in her case against Justin Baldoni has hired, Jeffrey Epstein's victim's lawyer, which I thought was incredibly tone deaf. For one, this is not a Marvel crossover, for example. Like, why are we talking about it like this? And also like the disproportion is amazing. This does not compare to
in the slightest
sex trafficking. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
I know the tone deafness of these people.
Yeah,
and this is all because they're trying to get big stories. I mean, can you imagine what's going to hit this week?
Oh God, yeah.
With this unsealing, I mean,
right.
I can't even imagine what's going to happen this week to try to distract from all of this.
Yeah,
but they probably should have paused that and put that for this week. But
I would have left that one for later, dude.
yeah, that's a crazy time to use it. But yeah, that's what they wanted. They wanted a big name that's gonna capture all of it. But the fact is, this attorney has been well, not anymore, but was representing Leslie Sloan from the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
He's not new to this case.
I guess isn't she technically still, because they've made a motion to get Wayfair to pay their fees or something? I mean, not that matters, but
yeah, nothing is like completely closed out except for the New York Times.
Right. So here's what I actually wanted to show you guys. Sigrid McCawley has been explicitly working for Blake Lively as an attorney, not just as a storytelling mouthpiece, as they claim in the People article that we're going to read, since at least August. So here's a notice of appearance for Sigrid McCawley in the Popcorn Planet case in Florida, where she's had Sigrid, being her, mouthpiece over there, working on the filing her motions over there against Andy, who's appealing the judge's decision here in Florida to try to force him to turn over, information from his private sources on the set. Like they're still trying to do that. And so Sigrid has been running point over there. So she's been Blake's attorney for at least 5 months. So you can see the date down here, August 12th, 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's completely bizarre that they're bringing this up now. And that's how you know something really bad is about to happen.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I can't control the chat, but Jill had asked something. I saw it right before we went live.
Where is it back a little bit?
Yeah, it's back a bit.
What's the full username?
Sorry, I am so sleepy. I
don't
just
apologize, dude. I assume you're as old as I am, so we're old.
My sleep is so messed
it's all good,
up.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think here it is. Yeah. Right.
There. Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's not the actual question, but it was unsealed pursuant to Lively's redactions. Yeah, I just talked about that in my live too. For most of her stuff, that's what he did. He's accepted her redactions, but here's the thing. We've seen what redactions means to her. So I just wonder what else stuff she redacted. I'm sure just all of her famous friends, I'm sure their names are gone. But I don't know if she redacted everything they said, like what, because she used the third party thing. Well, that's not really that big of a, that doesn't make something privileged.
Right. Yeah.
So it shouldn't cover a whole lot. But the thing is that he left it up to her proposed redactions. So
yeah, I believe we're going to see a lot of people speaking on background as like a close source to kind of identify some of these players when it gets out to the mainstream media and the press, as in like Taylor Swift, Gigi Hadid. If those names are redacted, I feel like we're going to get on background sources that are telling us who it is. You know what I mean? So I'm not too worried about it, but legally speaking, that sucks.
Try to deny. Yeah.
My boyfriend swears you're still in high school. He doesn't think you look older than 17. I always joke that I look like people's kid brother. Like, but I have these bags under my eyes, so it's like, not quite. Lauren, are you going to New York next week? Yes, I am. I'll be there at the hearing. Yeah. I'm aware of a couple other people who are going, but it's their choice to say that or not. So I, luckily I have some help from some people who have some experience with this kind of thing. I will say this just because I know there's always like one or two people from this like chronically online Blake Lively superfan crowd that like watches my stuff and is like, oh my God, Lauren did this. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, fine. You're misinterpreting everything I said, but fine. I am not going to badger anyone. I'm going to sit there respectfully in the courtroom. I don't expect any of the parties to be there. I expect it just to be attorneys. I will sit there politely and respectfully listen to both parties make their arguments. I'm not going to bother any of the attorneys. I'm not planning to do anything like that. So if somebody were to run into me there and they were just like, ew, it's Lauren, like whatever, I'm not going to bother you. So please don't bother me. I just want to say that. It occurred to me after I told people that I was going to be there that might happen because I used my, whole face and everything. So I'm like, well, these people that don't like me too much, they know what I look like. So I'm just saying, like, everybody out there, like, whether you're nice or you're not nice, if you don't want to socialize, I'm not going to bother you. You can come up to me and talk to me if you want to, but please be respectful. Please don't. I'm not here to harass anybody. If you fully believe in your heart that you believe Blake Lively's story, you believe that she was wronged in some way, and you're attending the hearing to support that, I am not going to bother you. So please, please, please don't bother me. You know what I mean? So yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, I'm having to think about these things I never had to think about before.
Are you wearing your florals? So, that's the question.
I will not. I don't own florals. I don't have florals. Do I have florals? Honestly, I might have some like flower. I used to have some flower shirts. I might have some flower shirts or something, but I'm not going to wear florals on purpose. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm going to wear like a plain black nice shirt and like nice business casual attire for court and whatever. I'm not going to do anything provocative. I just want to be there as a member of the public to observe the legal process and to get the information firsthand and to tell everybody how it went. So that's why I'm not doing anything crazy, no sort of protesting or anything like that. I just literally just want to sit there and be there.
You don't want to get kicked out.
No, absolutely not. No. Yeah. Also, I don't have any desire to offend people around me if they're like, like super like, oh my God, we watch Lauren online and we hate her because she does. I have no desire to offend people. They just find me offensive. You know what I mean? So I'm not making a statement.
I go out of my way to do it. It just happened.
Yeah. I'm not going there to make a statement. I'm just going there to observe a court proceeding. So
right.
In our federal courts.
I don't even understand people who leave nasty messages on YouTube. It's like, I'm not going to do that. If I go, I'm not going to be looking for trouble.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel like with the YouTube people, I don't know if you have the same experience, but a lot of it was early on, and I feel like it's fizzled out a lot. The ugly YouTube comments. It's not as bad now.
Yeah, it's not as bad now.
Yeah. And you're so nice too, Cassidy. I don't know, like if people were mean to you, I'd probably like I probably like made very offensive comments to people who are rude to you. I'm not gonna be so you probably had to delete mine and not theirs. I'm not even kidding. Like
oh yeah, I have some people come and say mean stuff, but you know what? I don't just let it go. I say something back. I'm like, do you feel better now? Like,
right?
What was the point of you coming here to be rude? I do address it when I see it. So.
Yeah, and then I say, shut up, you're a bitch, and then I later complain that they think that I'm an asshole. So, at least I'm self-aware, though.
Yeah, I had someone come on and just like say the rudest stuff, and it was a long-time sub. I recognized the name, and then when I got smart back, I'm like, they were so shocked. They were like, I've listened to you for a long time. Like, that doesn't mean that you can come here and insult me. I'm a nice person, but I will Like, if you just come on and just be outrageously mean, I don't think I don't defend myself.
Right. And so, like, I'll say this. Sometimes I get it wrong, okay? Sometimes I get it wrong, and sometimes I overreact. And so I'll just tell a story because, like I said to you guys in the beginning of the stream, this is going to be very casual. If you don't want to hear me, like, go off on tangents, this is not the place for you right now. So,
yeah.
But I get it wrong sometimes because I'm so defensive because there are so many people on the internet who are, like, so creepy and they overreach and they try to, like, attack your personal life and stuff.
Right.
And so there was at least once or twice where, like, maybe I don't know if I want to use the word snapped, but possibly it was, like, rude to, like, people that I shouldn't have been rude to. And, like, at least one time there was this lady, I think she was a really nice lady. I think her name was, like, Bridget or something, who would come into my comments a lot. And one time she made a comment and I reacted to it in a way that was very defensive and, like, not like angry, but very irritated. And then I realized that this was not Bridget. This was Brigitte. And I was like, oh shit. I just, like, got really irritated with the wrong person. And I felt so bad because I, like, called her out and everything. And I was like, well, you're just not going to be in the chat anymore. I was like, oh my God. And, like, I have these facepalm moments with myself where I, like, get it wrong sometimes, but I'm still learning. And I feel very bad. So if Brigitte, if you're ever watching this, I'm so sorry. I thought you were someone else. Because I was like, this is, like, someone that I had interacted with a lot. And so I was really irritated that that person was saying what they were saying. And I was like, wait a minute, that's a different person. Like, that's a different person. I felt so bad. But yeah, shit happens, I guess.
Yeah, it was to me just like, and when they come in and this woman, she was, like, trying to act like I was stupid because I talk a lot about, like, Europe because I travel to Europe a lot. I like to buy food and stuff. And I was saying, that there's this number system and that this and that. And they're like, Europe's not a country. Okay.
No, Europe's a planet.
Like, I don't know that. I don't know. I've driven all over it, from country to country in Europe. But the point was they are all except for, like, England is Brexited out of there, but they are part of the European Union. So they do have a lot of the same standards. So when I speak to them as like that, I know what I'm talking about. It's a standard that goes across all of Europe because they all belong to the European Union. I know they're not all the same country, but it was just like, so, I mean, it's like coming in there, just, like, saying all this and thinking that I wouldn't react or get upset about it. And then being so shocked that I, was offended by their comment and actually spoke out, it's.
Right. Well, you're not ever supposed to defend yourself. That's the cardinal sin,
Yeah, it's crazy. We're still people. And I've said, I have never once asked for anybody to like my video ever. The history of my channel never said it. I have never asked people to subscribe. If you want to subscribe, I love it. If you unsubscribe, that's okay too. I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to ask this or demand it so I'm not out here begging for anything. So don't feel like you're entitled to tell me how to run my channel or how to react to things. Just stop it. Just stop it.
Somebody says, I bet she felt so smart pointing out Europe was the country. Let me go through these really quick and then we'll
get tiresome. It does get tiresome.
Well, so this is, like, I've never had to think about this before since in the year that I've been covering this case now. It's been about a year. I've always enjoyed the fact that I can say what I want to say and speak my mind online on, like, YouTube without having to worry about someone, like, bossing me around or someone judging me or whatever that could tell me what to do or what not to do. So they're, like, strictly my opinions and I enjoy that freedom. But I never thought about the fact, I mean, I knew in the back of my mind, oh, I'm probably going to attend one of these, like, trials or something someday. But I never really thought about, oh, I'm going to be attending these events with people who, like, hate my guts. You know what I mean? Like, oh crap. And so now I'm, like, really, this is the first time I'm ever going somewhere where there might be somebody there who, like, wants to set me on fire. And so I'm a little worried about it. I'm like, oh crap. I've never been in that situation at all. So
Nobody set her on fire.
No. And no ice either. I don't like that.
No ice. No. Just be nice.
Like, I don't want any ice down the shirt or anything like that. Don't do any of it. Okay, don't do any unless I'm already on fire. Then you can put ice down my shirt. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. It's Shannon Connolly. Thank you for becoming a new member. I appreciate you. Jill 199. Thank you for the $5. I'm worried about the unsealed docs. It says
oh, there it is.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Does
this mean we're gonna get blacked out pages? Gotcha. That was the one that you answered then.
Yeah.
And Anna Wren. Got it. Okay. Thank you for the $10 super sticker. Thank you very much. Here's some for you. I got a few for you. Here's one.
So he only asked us to sing about.
Somebody you explained that to me, I swear to God, like last week, and I've already forgotten.
I just always
get milkshake, it's milk jugs. Milk jugs bring the boys to the yard or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said the lyrics, and that's what I said. I didn't even realize like how wrong I was till the chat just went wild.
Oh God. I got two more for you. Here's one.
Thank you, Jill.
Do you not sing like the milk jug song every time you get a super chat, or? Yeah. Here's one more.
Oh, thank you, Lori. Here's what I want you to change. I'll get right on that. Yeah, I've said before, like, oh, I didn't realize I hired a manager.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You know what it is? It's the neurodivergent RSD. Do you know what that is?
I certainly do. I live with that. Yep.
Yeah. And it's extreme. It's very hard to battle or to like put in a normal perspective when that's happening.
Yeah.
So, and also I used a big old boss in my last corporate job. I was a director, so it's
corporate
really
Cassidy. Wow.
It's really hard to come back to like being told what to do.
Yeah, I bet. No. Oh my gosh. I would not have guessed that you were corporate Cassidy at one point, but yeah. I mean, you probably said that to me 4 times and I just forget. Hang on. Michelle says, stay with Andy, Lauren. I didn't know Andy announced that he was going, so that's why I didn't say anything about Andy. I'm not staying with Andy. I'm a person who enjoys their personal space very much, but I will be hanging out with Andy. Let's put it that way. So I will stay with him at the courthouse. I also will use him as a riot-proof shield should some crazy people who don't like us come up to us. Andy will go first. You should warn him about that. I will, in fact, push him in front of me and then run away. So just let him know, since you're his person. So, okay. All right. Let's get into what we actually came here for. Anyways, so here's this article before we get into the the unsealing stuff. This Blake Lively hires Jeffrey Epstein's victim's lawyer ahead of Justin Baldoni trial. I just showed you guys Sigrid McCawley has been filing motions, or not motions per se, but making filings for Blake Lively in court since August. This is not new information. It is at least 5 months old. So he's literally been her lawyer since last year, and now we're hearing about it in the context of this is Jeffrey Epstein's victim's lawyer, which I felt was pretty like tone deaf. I don't know if this PR move really did anything in her favor. Maybe she really thought it would, but wow.
Yeah.
Let's see. Blake Lively has. Oh, go ahead.
And I think there's also one thing they didn't factor in is that people just glance at things and think that their brain has sorted it. Because when I first read it, I completely missed the victims part. And I thought that it was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer.
That's not a headline she would want.
Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
A lot of times you glance and your brain captures like the important words and doesn't see it all. And then you run with it. Like it took me a minute and I was like, oh, victims.
Yeah, so, no, that's way more on brand for her.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So the PR people behind all of this, I feel like my feelings towards the situation between Justin and Blake on set, the alleged sexual harassment that I feel like never was, and the retaliation aspect, I feel like that definitely never happened. The PR people, even when I look at these headlines today, I'm like, there's like something in this, maybe for the Stephanie Jones case, not the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni case, the Stephanie Jones case, maybe she has a legitimate grievance with some of these PR people, I don't know. It doesn't mean she's not a little nutty about the situation, but there's like some stuff that was going on. I read through that whole deposition with Justin, and I read what the lawyers were saying to him, and I thought if they really planted some of this information like to the Daily Mail and stuff, and without telling Wayfair after Wayfair asked them not to do this, I'm like, is there like a legitimate like PR grievance here that maybe just has nothing to do with Justin Baldoni? I don't know. Did you see all that?
The part I haven't gotten all through Justin's. I've been reading Jamie's.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm the opposite. I read through Justin's in whole, and I did not read Jamie's yet. So, in the deposition for Justin, there are portions where they show that Melissa Nathan, even though she acted to Justin Baldoni like she didn't know where stuff was coming from. Like, for example, that article about Justin hiring Crisis PR who represented Johnny Depp. She acted like she didn't know where that was coming from. She was like, oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated too. But it turns out that she was totally on board with that article and she was in communication. Oh. Then there were text messages to that effect, where she was talking to the reporter about that article, and she knew about it before it even came out, and then she's talking to him after it comes out as if she had no idea, and then she says, I don't know, Jen says she didn't talk to them, I have no idea where this is coming from, but it turns out she was actually the one to talk to them about it. So I wonder if there's more to this publicist lawsuit than meets the eye, but it has nothing to do with sexual harassment and that type of thing. And then so like when I see these PR headlines these days, I question so much more. I'm like, what is going on here? Because there's so much deception behind the scenes with the PR people. Yeah. They don't even tell their clients what they're doing. Like they totally defy their clients' orders sometimes. Not orders, but like their clients' wishes.
Their wishes.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I didn't realize that part. I knew that Stephanie had done it.
Yeah.
And then they had to like sit her down and be like, stop it.
Yeah. So it honestly sounds to me after reading, and you'll have to tell me what you think after you read Justin's, because I'm just one person, so I'm going to forget stuff. But like, it honestly sounds to me like Melissa and Nathan and Stephanie Jones have this like legit war going on behind the scenes. Stephanie Jones started acting crazy. The Wayfair parties didn't understand it. So of course, naturally, they're going to be like, why is she acting towards us like her reputation is more important than ours? And then Melissa Nathan behind the scenes this entire time seems to have been pulling some strings that they were unaware of against their wishes when they said no negative press, no, only positive stuff. And then Melissa Nathan apparently, and I can't say for sure, that's why I'm saying apparently told the Daily Mail anyways on background, like a source close to, you know what I mean? Negative information about like Blake Lively and stuff like that. And I can't say if that's true or not, but that's what's presented in the evidence that he had to confront in the deposition, where I'm kind of like, he says, I didn't know about this. I instructed them clearly not to do this. And she's like, would you, the lawyer is like, would you feel pleased, or how would you feel when you see this? He's like, well, obviously I wouldn't be happy about it, and it's kind of interesting to think like there was a whole other thing going on here. And I think I heard not actually Golden or somebody talking about what would happen if, the Wayfair parties and their attorneys said, well, we have to split off from you because the Wayfair parties told you not to do this and you did it anyways. And so I don't know if I see that happening, but it's at least a scenario that's been kind of floated.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause they can't be held responsible for something that was done without their consent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It sounds at the very, the very most, whatever happened PR wise was not requested by the client. It was not requested by Justin or the Wayfair parties or anything like that. So at the very most, it's like it was never retaliation for reporting sexual harassment or anything like that, which is important when we think about the context of 47.1 and all that she's trying to invoke. But it's like also maybe when it comes to the Stephanie Jones versus Jennifer Abel lawsuit, maybe she does have some grounds to add Melissa Nathan as another party that I didn't know about. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. With her amended complaint she's trying to get right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've read both the filings in that, and I don't know if she has a great case for adding her on this late, and mostly because they didn't do their due diligence. But I'm like, why are you suing Jennifer Abel and not Melissa Nathan?
Yeah,
because that doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
So Because it's personal to her. She just so upset at Jennifer Abel for leaving.
I guess. Yeah. It does sound very personal between the publicists. Yeah. Especially when it comes to, like, I guess Jen was leaving Stephanie's company and all that. And I get that that was like a stressful time or whatever, but I'm like, damn, you really filed a whole lawsuit against Jennifer Abel and you didn't even include Melissa Nathan as a party?
Well, she did. You know, I'll tell you, after reading some of the stuff, like, these PR people.
Yeah. It's nutty. Yeah.
Kind of awful. Kind of the case and Coslow conversation was just awful.
I have not read that. So there's so much stuff that, like, I've read this, you have not read that, and vice versa. So it's like, it's kind of hard to have a full, like, a fully briefed conversation. But yeah. What did you think about it? What did it say?
No, they were just like mean girls, because they just like texted all throughout the day to each other about everything. First of all, I was shocked by the scope that Blake was able to get their entire conversations that had nothing to do with her, a lot of it. But at the same time, I was reading it, I'm like, wow, you guys are not nice people. They talked terrible about everybody. They really trashed Jen Abel. The stuff they were saying, like, they're just a couple of mean girls. I was really, really shocked. I can't imagine, like, having those kinds of conversations with a colleague.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was I probably wouldn't say that to coworkers either. I don't know PR that way. So there'll be people who do know the PR space who probably think, like, you guys are you just don't know, right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's still kind of jarring to see as somebody who doesn't know that world. Like, oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still like a work relationship. Like,
yeah.
Be professional. I don't know.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't know. I could never just be that mean to people, like, for no reason.
I just feel like it's so risky to talk about somebody like that when you're in this space, but, like, that's just me. I don't know. I also just don't know. Somebody here said I'd let Melissa sink, but that's just me. I'm like, I kind of would too, dude. That's kind of what I'm getting at. It's like, I would kind of just let her burn too. I'd be like, dude, you did this shit.
Yeah.
And that's okay. So to be fair, my opinion right now is totally based on only what we've seen when the other side has redacted, like, everything. So my opinion could change dramatically. You know what I mean? Like, dramatically. Yeah. So don't hold me to that in, like, a month from now. But, like, after reading what I've read, I was kind of like, holy shit, you guys are awful. But, like, I will say this for Jennifer Abel and Justin's deposition. He said that she had, like, called him crying and said, like, I'm so sorry. These text messages where I'm, like, talking about you're going to come out or came out. And I'm so sorry. I didn't mean what I said, but, like, I was so frustrated that you wouldn't do something at the moment, where she thought that it was the best thing to do. This was a high stress situation for everybody involved. She wanted him to, like, do something that he was like, I won't do that. And so she said to her coworkers, colleagues, whatever, oh my God, he's like, and she started complaining about him. And we've seen those texts, you know?
Yeah, she was frustrated.
She was very, apologetic, and he forgave her. So if he forgave her for that, I feel like, there's some grace to be given there. I'm not gonna, like, harp on her or whatever. I do feel like the crisis PR people, though, have been doing some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Anyways, what a world. I could never survive in that world. That's for certain.
Yeah. And there's, lots of conversation to be had about PR, which unfortunately are going to be one-sided at this point, which the only reason I started talking about that was because Blake's PR team is obviously trying to float this idea that she is in line with a victim of Jeffrey Epstein. Let's see here what they had to say.
These minors who were trafficked.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, let's put Blake's face up there with them.
So gross. This is what Sigrid said, I guess. It is a privilege to get to work with Blake Lively's world-class legal team on it. Well, they can't even answer their emails, ladies, so I don't know how world-class they are. I'm just saying, as someone who's been on the receiving end of their bullshit, on a case that's at its core is about a woman who was subjected to a hostile work environment and is being attacked for standing up to protect herself and another female coworkers. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. It's not because her complaint was microscopic, but she needs, like, IMAX level moral posturing. It's not because she turned social awkwardness into a humanitarian crisis. No, that's not it. No.
This new phrase, this hostile work environment.
Yeah.
is just insane. Come on.
Right.
That's not what you sued for. That's not in your cause of action. You're having to rewrite your stuff a little bit. And also protect herself and protect. Oh, good grief.
You good?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just.
Are you okay? Is this something I need to kick to the curb? What's up? Oh. I don't know where Cassidy went, guys. Anyways. While she's... Oh, what?
I'm here.
Oh, you are? Okay. I was like, what happened to Cassidy? Okay. Are you okay? Do you need me to do anything? Or?
No. I'm okay.
Just making sure. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, there's just lots of crazy, implications that they're making here, which is just bizarre. I think they said McCawley's primary role will be handling communications with the public and the media on key matters related to this case, which is one, very telling, and two, not even true, because what I've just showed you guys, which is that she started filing responses for Blake Lively in the Popcorn Planet case here in Florida in August of last year. So there's, all that going on. It is a privilege to get to work with Blake Lively's world-class legal team. Like I said, okay.
So wait.
What's up?
So she's hired on as an attorney.
Right.
But
correct.
Her primary role is PR?
That's what they're saying now, yes.
Okay.
I guess. That's what I'm gathering from this article anyways. Subject to a hostile work environment and is being attacked for standing up to protect herself and other female coworkers. Okay, well, I mean, that's like borrowing gravity by association, hoping that the shadow of real horror will make a paper cut look like a war injury. I don't know what to say.
Your daughter.
Dude, I don't know about the Deadpool scenes, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea, dude. That was so crazy. Like, the way that they, are fine with stuff like that, but then think that, like, hugging people is, like, crazy crime. Like, a social crime is nutty. It's like calling 911 if somebody lit a birthday candle. It's fucking nuts. All right, let's see. Lively 38 is already represented by attorneys Mike Gottlieb and Ezra Hudson. Familiar, yep. Who have overseen months of contentious discovery disputes, sealed filings, and subpoena battles as both sides prepare for trial in the Southern District of New York. Gottlieb and Hudson told People, "We are thrilled that Sigrid has joined Blake's legal team in this important role handling our public-facing communications," as if they didn't know they were working with her this whole time. "We recruited Sigrid based on her many years of work speaking truth to power, including her courageous representation of Jeffrey Epstein's victims, and have no doubt her experience will serve the team well." Oh, good Lord.
I absolutely hate that expression because it doesn't make sense to me.
Which
speaking
one?
Speaking truth to power.
Yeah.
Like not so much now, but it used to be so badly overused.
I hear it a lot. I used to hear it a lot, at least, in like recent years. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Oh, somebody's excited. I'll send Lauren a message, guys. I'm so excited. What are you sending me a message about? Did I win the lottery? I'm excited too. Sorry, I didn't see the earlier comment, so all I know is this person is sending me a message. Can you email me instead? Mods, can you give her my email? It is on my profile. Actually, you know what? Let me type it here right now. It is because I don't know who's modding Cassidy's and who's modding mine because I can't read. This is my email. Email me instead because I will not see your message on social media. If you DM me anywhere, I will not freaking see it. Like my requested messages, my message requests from people that I don't know, it's a place where things go to die. So
yeah, I don't like to message because you have a falling out with someone, and guess what happens? There's your DMs out there.
Yeah.
Like people love to put DMs up. You think you're speaking privately, and next thing you know, there they are. Right. Or somebody who wasn't even on the conversation posts DMs that they weren't even a part of, that somebody else has shared with them. And it's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that makes total sense to me. I get it. I think that I've been a little reckless in the past with some stuff, but it's kind of like I could if I really had to, I could explain. Like when things look bad, if somebody were to share one side of a story, but it's like these days, especially after what you and I went through with like people will say like the craziest shit ever on sites like Reddit or something like that. It's like this is delusional. I've just kind of learned to let it go. Like they can believe that story if they want to believe it. I'll just let it go. So like I do try to when I can communicate with people, but like at the same time, I'm also trying to live a healthy outside life of this and work. And between this and work, I spend like 12 hours a day working basically. So I don't get a chance to check all my messages all the time. And it's like, I would love to like be talking to everybody who is like supportive. But unfortunately it's like, I think you probably have this experience too. It's like overwhelming sometimes where it's like, there's a lot. I'm like, I cannot possibly respond to everything. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I used to be able to read all of my comments.
Yeah.
And now I just can't. Like there's just not enough time.
Oh yeah. No, I remember my YouTube channel is about 2 years old. I remember a couple of years ago, I did my first, stuff with the Laura Owens case, a fake pregnancy lady case, the one that Omar was involved in. And I remember being able to answer all my comments and being like, I would even say in a separate comment and be like, guys, if I don't see everyone's comments right away, I'll come back and respond later. And I would like have time to do all that. Right. But like, I can't do that now. It's like, oh shit, I feel bad.
Me too. Yeah.
Cause I'm going to miss like some really nice people. And like, I'll see it later and I'll be like, it's been 3 weeks, so I can't respond to this now. I still appreciate it. So when you guys leave us comments, like we'll see it eventually, but like we can't always respond right away, I think. Yeah. So that's my experience at least. So yeah. All right. Let me keep it moving here because I'm just babbling on. Okay, so they're talking about more of McCawley's work here, which is just and not saying that the work that she did in the Jeffrey Epstein case, like that's important work, and like what she did was incredibly, noble and impactful, but using it here now to try to equate this to Blake Lively's situation where she was, maybe hugged or told that she was birthed or something, like that's not are we actually comparing these two things? Like this is
it kind of degrades her former clients.
Absolutely does. And like I said earlier, it's like calling the fire department if someone lights a candle. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, they kind of borrowed the victim's tragedy here to give Blake Lively's moral tantrum some like gravitas or something. And I'm like, this is not, I would be pissed if I were one of the victims here. Like, I don't like care much to dig into the lawyer's past. I don't judge people for defending certain people, even if they're like people who are not well liked and obviously guilty. Like, for example, like, Justin's lawyers, the headline when Shapiro, I think, was hired was, oh, Diddy's lawyer. And it's like, he's guilty like Diddy. You know what I mean? And like, so they're trying to paint it out now that she's innocent like the Epstein victims. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, lawyers are going to do their jobs to the best of their ability, no matter what position they're hired for. And we need people like Shapiro to defend people like Diddy, because if they don't get a fair trial, there's a pretty good chance that shit gets overturned and they get off.
Right.
You have to have good competent defense attorneys. You can't just like give them the worst of the worst or the least qualified or the laziest and be like, everything will be fine, because then they spend, I don't know how long in jail before they appeal and it gets overturned for incompetence of counsel or whatever. Like, you have to have good defense attorneys too. It doesn't mean that the next person that hires them isn't a good person. It means that, that person is good at their job, I guess.
Oh, I see what someone's saying.
What's that?
That they heard that the point of this story is that, yeah, there it is.
Go ahead.
Is that true?
I don't know. I've never seen this before.
Interesting.
I heard they did it because her name came up in the Epstein files, and they put this out so it would come up instead. Oh.
I ordered the Virginia Geoffrey book on my Audible, but I haven't been strong enough to listen to it yet. Like, I feel like I have to be in a certain spot to even be able to hear it. But I wanted to support it. I mean, I know she's passed, but I just feel so bad for her.
Yeah, I saw a lot about that. This is only like a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, her book just came out. I was like on the wait list for it because I just wanted to support it.
Yeah. Omar says they're filing ineffective assistance of counsel appeals no matter who the attorney is. That's true. That's true. I'm just saying, if you don't have competent defense attorneys for these people who we hate,
right?
If they file these ineffective assistance of counsel appeals, then they might be right. And then that would be bad because then they would get, possibly get out of jail. You know what I mean? So like, I'm saying like, yes, they'll file it no matter what. I'm just saying we don't need to give credibility to that by saying they could only have, the most stretched out public defenders ever to defend their cases. I'm saying like, I don't fault Shapiro for being on Diddy's legal team. I don't think that means she's a terrible person. I think we need defense attorneys, competent defense attorneys, good defense attorneys. So you can't just use counsel or affordability or anything like that as an excuse for why you were convicted for your crimes, if that makes sense. Yeah.
That's a good
Omar
point.
says they virtually never work, almost never, almost. Lauren, don't ever say stretched out. Shut up, man. You've said way worse. Don't even tell me that.
Don't F with Justice has a good comment.
Let me see.
I'm gonna mute for just a second. Yeah.
So this victim lawyer is going after Popcorn Planet Andy in Florida. She's pursuing a content creator subpoena because Lively didn't like his coverage. Yeah, I mean, she hasn't even seen the coverage yet. The thing is, like, he was making a documentary that basically tells other people's side of the story. He reached out to everybody, and I know this because I was filmed for the documentary. So, like, I went to Andy's house and did some filming for that. God bless Andy and his cameraman because I was awkward as hell. I'm not good at being filmed when I feel like there's pressure. It's different right now because I'm, like, talking in my house. You know what I mean? But I was sitting there and like he was asking me questions and all of a sudden I would draw blanks and I'd be like, yeah, it's ridiculous. So like if they ever get the raw footage of that interview, it's just gonna be like 45 hours of me being like, no, but no, I was there. I was there with Elsie. We filmed on the same day. And so I know that how much work he put into that and what was going on behind the scenes there. There was nothing like, honestly, nothing that should have prevented it from coming out by now. But unfortunately, because she's has the money and the resources to use somebody like the lawyer for Jeffrey Epstein's victims to fight it, now the story from these crew members who talked to Andy and from all of us who talked to Andy cannot come out. And it sucks. And
I was wondering like why he didn't just put it out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, she did the subpoena to him a month before it was supposed to come out.
So
I think it was a month
from airing it, or
what's that? Well, they're asking for certain information from crew members who, like, I think if he puts out the documentary publicly and then they can link this private information that they were like giving to him back to the crew members in the documentary when it comes out on the docket, you know what I mean? It's like kind of it. My understanding is that would be kind of exposing for the innocent like crew members who didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? So the communications between Andy and them would come out, and then they would see like who was in the documentary, and they would kind of play puzzle pieces. Because I know at least one of them, from what I saw in the trailer, was like wearing a mask. So they didn't want to be like identified. Not all of them wanted to be identified, or they wanted their stories at least to be kind of relatively anonymous. And so my understanding was that now that she's asking for this stuff and, he was trying to put out a documentary publicly, that there's a lot of people out there who will start to attack these kind of private people who just, spoke to him in confidence and also only said on the actual documentary like what they were comfortable saying, but then all of a sudden all this communications between them is going to like have all this other private information come out. So if that made sense, I kind of ramble. So hey, Omar, what's up? Omar says, I posted in Cassidy's, now I'm posting in Lawrence. Thank you. I sent Omar a present for his dog, and so I expect when Omar gets it that he will show everyone what it is. Here's something for you.
Oh, okay. It says, it's Oh My Lord. I mean, you got to have a name like that so that every time somebody speaks to you, they have to say that. Oh My Lord. Right. Thanks, oh my lord. It says, "Hi Cassidy, it's Mr. Lord. Can it be possible that Ezra the space slug?"
Space slug.
That gets me every time. Like Jabba the Hutt is planning to get a mistrial for the unredacted. I don't think you can get a mistrial for something like that. I at this point I cannot see what their strategy is. I think they're just winging it and trying to get through it.
Yeah.
With their ridiculous case.
Ezra the Yeasty?
Oh no. No. No.
Omar, if you would like to come and air your thoughts out, please feel free. Usually Omar's not free this time of night in my time zone, so just let us know if you want to hop on. But I feel like he has a lot to say here based on that comment.
Is your wife still gone?
Is his wife still gone, you said?
Yeah, I was just asking. Is he getting
Yeah, he's well, is he with the 3 dogs then? Alone?
No, he had the kids.
And the dogs?
And the dogs.
Yeah, that's like a lot. Children. Yeah. It's basically 6 children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send me a link. I got some time. Oh no, this is about to get so unhinged. Okay, hang on.
Oh no.
Let me share this link real quick. I'm gonna email it to you, Omar. I'm typing his email address into the search bar instead of Gmail. Just letting you guys know what this is gonna be like. So
I'm just answering Jeanette's question. She asked, "Do you know anyone else going?" So Lauren had said when she first came on that she's going, but she's leaving it up to the others to discuss if they want to discuss that they'll be there. Because, like, if I was going to go, for instance, I wouldn't tell anyone I was going to be there. So some people may, just because you just never know.
I should have asked your advice. But it's like we're like 6 weeks too late because I told people like almost 2 months ago. I was like, I'm totally gonna go. So it's like way too late, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the times I've gone to hearings in South Carolina, nobody knew till I was gone and made sure I ducked and dodged all the cameras. So, but at least in federal court, there's no cameras. So
true, yeah. The only hearings I've actually attended in person before were like family court trials. So the fake pregnancy lady Laura Owens that I was talking about, I filmed her trial against my friend Clayton, who was like, he used to be the Bachelor, and she accused him of like impregnating her with twins, which was fake, of course. But I went and I got permission from the court to film that, so I had to live stream that trial. And then the other one was in California family courts in San Francisco against one of her other victims, same lady, different victim, same scam. And they didn't allow any sort of filming at all. So it was like, it's kind of interesting. But then this one is like definitely very strictly locked down, I guess. It's like no federal court is going to allow that. Here is our friend Omar, who's got a lot of thoughts for us tonight, I think.
Hey.
What's up? How's it going?
I'm just, I was prepping for Brad. Me and Brad are going to do like a political showdown.
Oh, I didn't know that.
In a debate. So is he taking the opposite side of you?
He is taking the opposite side. We're going to try to not make it about politics, but
Wait, how is that supposed to work? It's a political debate, right?
Well, it's just about ICE tactics.
Oh, ICE tactics. Okay.
Legal or not. And he has thoughts. And I told him that I would do it. And so, but I'm kind of nervous about it because we're trying to do one of those streams. Like I lose subscribers. And then like I did on the other night when me and Cassidy went live, I was live on hers.
Yeah.
And then someone like found me in her chat just to yell at me about the stream that I did on ICE.
What?
I was like, hey, I will never listen to you. You are not objective. You are biased. You're listening to this and that. I was like, wow, that's a lot of thoughts.
That's why I tell people, like, that's the reason I don't do streams on politics. It's not because I don't have strong feelings. It's because there's so many people out there who have, like, if you don't say the right thing, they like get so mad at you. And some of them are very radical and I'm like threatening and violent. And I'm like, well, I show my face on here and my family and where I live. So I'm not going to talk about politics where somebody might come and again, set me on fire in my house. So
well, Brad is, he's the most polar opposite to my political thoughts that I know.
That's definitely true. I can vouch for that.
So, therefore, and plus, me and him are good friends. So if I'm going to debate anybody, why not him?
Yeah. What time is it?
It's going to be in about an hour or so.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'll be awake playing Fortnite, so I'll put you on my TV. How about that?
How about that?
So did you see, I don't know if you guys talked about this when you guys were live together the other night, that Blake had hired the lawyer who represented the Epstein victims and is now like making PR headlines out of it. So.
I heard you mention that. I don't remember if I heard Cassidy mention it.
Okay.
But no, I don't know anything about her hiring an Epstein attorney.
Yeah, so she hired this attorney who used to represent the, I guess, victims of or survivors of Jeffrey Epstein. And they're trying to, in this headline, make it sound like, I guess they're kind of trying to put her on that same plane. So it's like Blake Lively hires Jeffrey Epstein's victim's lawyer ahead of trial. But then, as I pointed out in the beginning, I think probably before you came into the chat, that this lawyer, Sigrid McCawley, who is the lawyer who represented the victims, is actually has been her attorney for at least 5 months because she's the one who's trying to make Andy turn over these materials here in Florida. So she's actually been Blake's attorney for almost half a year, but now they're trying to make headlines out of it right now, and it's kind of annoying.
And she started off the case as Leslie Sloan's attorney. So
right.
It's not news.
She's been involved the whole time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we were getting at there.
You guys have been, I was listening to, like, in the background, Cassidy stuff, and she's talking about marital privilege.
Oh,
the thing at the very end. It's like, that doesn't apply to like civil torts and fraud and I don't know. But then the stream ended and I didn't get to see where that was going. And then I saw you all going on together, and I thought I would troll the chat a little bit, and I did.
Okay. If I get anything wrong with that, do you want to explain that real quick?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you said. I was just saying that you had mentioned something about you could waive attorney-client privilege if there's a third party. But marital privilege, it just, all it relates to is testimony. You could still do discovery on things that could be testified about. The only thing you could really prevent with marital privilege is the marital spouse from testifying, and there's severe limits to it. And if the testimony is to protect instances of civil tort or fraud, then it's arguable whether or not it applies at all. So that was all. I was just trying to make that point. And
yeah, because Blake was that was in a recent filing like last week that
they said she invoked the marital privilege.
Yeah.
Right. I would have been like, invoke this. These are communications surrounding fraud. The theft of a movie.
Yeah, and I was just saying, if they had conversations with anybody else in the room, that doesn't apply anyway. If there was somebody else in the chat, if they shared it, that doesn't apply anyway.
It's literally not the same as attorney-client privilege. It literally just results or is limited to communications between spouses. And it only affects testimony. So you can still discover stuff that was in the rooms. Like, for example, if there's an attorney there, there's a reasonable expectation you're having a private conversation with your attorney. That's protected, unless like somebody does something to unprotect it. But there's no such protection like that for marital folks. If there's third or fourth parties that are privy to the communications, then it's no longer privileged, no matter what. You can't protect against it. And so that would have been the difference. It's just a shaky privilege to invoke in civil court.
I was confused. I thought that only applied to criminal court. So I saw that and I was like, wait a minute, what?
It's more ironclad in criminal court, I guess, is the difference.
Okay.
With civil, it's arguable whether or not it applies. It does apply, just with a lot of exceptions.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Huh.
So how about that?
Wait, so what do they do from here then, though? Because they said that she invoked marital privilege on this stuff, but then it didn't sound like they were arguing against it per se. So what would happen there?
Well, I think that it's, like I said, it revolves around testimony. So like if they're planning on getting Reynolds to roll on Lively, probably unlikely. So they probably don't care about it. They probably have enough, like they're not really pressing the marital privilege issue. And of course they're going to invoke that because they invoke everything. And that's just kind of what you do. I'll invoke it. And if they want to argue against it, then they're free to do that. I just don't think it's that big of a deal in this case because they kind of already have all the information.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There's not any mystery with this case as far as I'm concerned.
And he offered to sit for a deposition too. Like, make up your mind, because
yeah. Well, that's where it would be invoked, right? Like at a deposition,
right?
Like, tell me the dirt you have on Blake. Well, I can't because she's my wife. And then there would be motions if they were going to do something like that, to ask questions that would pierce the marital privilege based on certain exceptions. And so the reason why they didn't argue against this is probably because it's not ripe yet.
Oh, okay.
Ripe, like a muley or yeasty.
Not yeasty, please. God. Let me see. I don't think we need to read much more of this article here because it was almost like kind of a recap of stuff. Like the Gossip Girls actress edition comes at the critical moment in the case, except it didn't because she, went 5 months ago to file motions for her in Florida. So whatever. An upcoming hearing is scheduled for January 22nd. Right. I will be there. Let's see. In a May 2025 court hearing, Gottlieb confirmed Lively herself will take the stand. Well, yeah.
Does she have a choice?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
have a choice, right?
I guess she could not take the stand, right? But wouldn't that look terrible?
Wait, who's taking the stand?
Lively. I mean, does she have to take the stand? If she opted not to, that would look like shit, right?
I think she does, right?
Yeah, she has to testify.
Okay, yeah. I don't know how it works in civil court, so that's why I'm confused.
Well, there's no Fifth Amendment right to not testify like in a criminal. Like you have a right not to testify against yourself, but if you're subpoenaed to be a witness, and you're a part of the case, they have a right to call you as a witness.
You brought the case.
Exactly. And so you have a right to confront your accusers. Sixth Amendment right applies, but she has no Fifth Amendment right to not incriminate herself or not in criminal court. So therefore, she has to answer the questions. She can't even say that, you know what, I'm just not going to answer that. I mean, if you answer that way, what's different between criminal court and civil court is the jury would not be allowed to make negative inferences about that type of response. In civil court, you're free to make whatever inference you want.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I've never been in an actual civil case. So like I've seen these family court cases, you know that, Omar, but I've never seen like a civil case like this before. So I'm very.
Well, family is sort of they follow the same rules as civil. There's a family code, but they're based off of civil code.
Gotcha. So I've seen I've been in Arizona, right, and I've been in California, but I guess this is New York federal court, so it's gonna be a little different for me.
I mean, it's different, but it's not like.
I mean, I didn't even know. Apparently, they might not even allow phones in the building, like like stuff like that.
Yeah, they don't allow phones in.
Yeah. So Andy was, I guess, trying to figure that out for us, and he was like, I heard they might allow phones in the building, but you can't like have it turned on. So there's like a lot of rules that I just don't, as a layperson, like understand or know. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh crap! You mean I have to leave my phone in the hotel? Like, how do I even get around without it? Like, I'm so dependent on my phone. Like, I don't know.
You know what's funny? Like, there's usually like exceptions for attorneys because attorneys are always on their phone in the courtroom. Yeah. I had this like very rookie Karen style bailiff. Like it must have been like her first week or something, and she's yelling at the audience to put away their phones, and I'm on my phone because I have hearings and stuff. And she's starting to yell at me to put away my phone. I was like, I am an attorney. It's like, I don't care. Put it away. It's like, no, I'm texting somebody right now. She said, put it away. He's like, well, I sent my text anyway. What are you going to do about that? Tell the judge on me. Go ahead. Hey, what are you doing? Who are you?
Well, some people get that little bit of power.
The only time it's ever happened in my career, you can't tell an attorney to put away their phone inside of a courtroom. But she did, and it was hilarious because after I was like looking at her, I had my phone, I was looking at her as I was pushing the button to send the text. It's like, well, go ahead, tell the judge. Yeah. Tell him to sanction me.
Oh, I put something up. Did you see it, Lauren?
Hang on, let me add it. There we go. Got it.
Go ahead.
That's it, right?
Nope. Did I put the wrong thing up?
That is your slide. Let me move to the next slide. How about that? Wait, no, that didn't work either. Let me remove it and then you try again. Hang on.
It says slide 1 on mine. Maybe it looks yep, that's it.
Okay, sweet. Okay.
I found it. So look at the name there. Sigrid McCawley. This is when she actually joined the case to appear for Leslie Sloan in Vision PR. February the 2nd, 2025. Gosh. So this is how old this news is. And then she hopped over to to Blake, and I don't know when she switched over to Blake, but you had that thing from August where
she's officially been filing documents for them in court since at least August, maybe before that. I don't know. So I don't know who represented Blake and Perez's case either. So maybe I don't know if it was her or someone else, but yeah.
Is this the attorney that you guys were talking about, Sigrid McCawley?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of her.
She was, I guess, one of the attorneys for the Epstein victims.
Oh, okay.
Which is like I said before, like I don't really care about an attorney's past so much. Like they came out when Justin hired Shapiro, and they were like, "Oh my God, he hired Diddy's lawyer. Of course he did." But like with this one as well, it's like, well, this is Jeffrey Epstein's victim's lawyer. I'm like, can we stop with the ridiculous dot connecting there?
Yeah, any defense attorney you hire is gonna have had
of course
some not so nice client.
Well, they gotta represent guilty people too. Sometimes, even if it's just like take a plea or something like.
Well, and that's exactly right. I've represented murderers. I've represented people that have committed horrendous crimes. Put it that way, like the worst of the worst, scum of the earth types. And but not because I'm trying to like cause some grave injustice. It's just because I was a younger attorney and I'd have no choice about who I was representing.
I assumed it was because you like murderers. So
I know.
That's the rumor.
The times that I have represented folks that I knew was guilty, I never took those cases to trial. Just never.
Yeah,
it's never happened. And so I don't fault attorneys either for their past representations of clients.
Yeah, I heard Omar is planning to represent the Zodiac killer when he's found. So
isn't he dead?
Probably. It's been a long ass time. He should be dead. Yeah. I don't know. I heard he was Ted Cruz for a second. So
I don't know, man.
Did you not ever hear that joke? Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer.
Ted Cruz.
You need to look that up. Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer. No matter how you feel about Ted Cruz, that was.
He's not even old enough.
No, but that's why it was funny. It's like they tried to make it like he looked exactly like the sketches of the Zodiac killer. And like, it's Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer.
You know what's funny? Like they did this whole documentary on Netflix about who's the identity of the Zodiac killer. They really made it a compelling case that it was this other guy that just died like a few years ago. And it turns out it was some other guy that died like 20 years ago. I was like, oh, well, that was for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there was a movie was it Jake Gyllenhaal? That was really
that
good.
was back in like what 2008 or something.
I'm about to look that up right after we finish.
Yeah, that was good, and I was like, oh, that must be him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. That Meryl, I'm looking at Don't F with Justice comment. Yeah, Meryl does not impress me.
Oh,
actually,
Meryl.
quite a few of their attorneys. Mike Gottlieb does not impress. Ezra does not impress me.
I mean, I never thought Meryl Streep was a great lawyer.
I bet she would be amazing. She's amazing at whatever she does.
Yeah, she is. I saw a pic of the Zodiac killer that looked like Ryan. Oh God. I have this like weird. I don't know. Do you guys ever wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I'm gonna go back to sleep, but then you start reading something or thinking about something else, and then you're like, 3 hours later, you're like, I'm still awake. So my recent one was like the Golden State Killer. I don't know how I came across this, but it was like 3 a.m. I woke up and I was like, well, let me just scroll my phone until I get sleepy again. And I came across this thing about the Golden State Killer and how he's found out like not too long ago because of DNA evidence. And then I was like, I was sitting up in my bed at like 5 a.m. It was like, I'm about to be killed by the Golden State Killer. That's the kind of thing that goes through my mind. That's what happens in my house. So anyways, just thought I want to know that. Is Lauren gummied out or not yet? No, Lauren is not doing gummies anymore because I don't want to pay $200 every 6 months to renew my medical card here in Florida. So I am unfortunately
I can run down to like the dispensary down the street and for like $20 have like a whole year's supply. I gave you some.
You did. Yeah, that was a while ago though. It's been a long time. So yeah. Also, I wasn't going to take those on the airplane through the airport with a drug dog, so I like took them before I went.
Federal crime. You were a guest in my home. We heard it very legal.
So I just don't want to do that. We had a vote on that in the last election, and it was very close, but they voted no to making recreational marijuana legal. So maybe next time. Maybe next time. At this point, I'm like, maybe it's the best idea because we have so many people who come in after trying to take like street marijuana or something like that, and it's laced with something else. And we would get a lot of people in the hospital who would be like psychotic, and they're like, I just got some weed. I'm like, oh no.
That would kind of be an argument to legalize it, wouldn't it?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, hopefully we're getting there. I mean, the fact that it was a close vote though here in Florida is like it's saying something. So we're getting there.
Even in family court, they are so unimpressed by people. Well, mom smokes marijuana every single day, and the judge will literally say, I don't give a shit. It's legal. As long as she ain't doing it in front of the kids, what do I care? It is just such a turnaround from when I first started practicing, where it was like this, we need to call CPS right now.
Right.
Yeah.
CPS for marijuana. Yeah, no, I had I probably talked to both of you about this at some point. I had an ex who had a kid, and she would smoke weed like all the freaking time. And I was like, we're gonna go over here, Charlie, where we're not gonna see your mom doing that. And then it's fine, but like, I don't know. I mean, there's situations where I feel like it's warranted to call CPS for that, but I'm not most of the time. It's certainly not.
Which, by the way, I am not a weed guy, man. Like I bought those gummies because they were so cheap. It's like, this is just not my thing. I can't. I don't like the whole. Yeah. I don't like stuff that makes me tired or sleepy or lose track of time.
He gave it to me. He was like, "This is like X number of milligrams or something." I was like, "Are you trying to kill me?"
It was not a lot. It was like 10 milligrams.
That's a lot for me. I cannot do that. I can't even do half of that. I could do a fourth of it, maybe.
Well, when I first got it, because I got two different kinds. Like, look, this one's 10 and this one's 5, and this one says like Euphoria or something was the name of it. The other one was like just chill out. It's like, here, take them both. I did. I was fine. And then she took them both, and she was stonewalled there for a little bit. She couldn't move. I had to carry her and put her in the bed.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that stuff? People, it's like mixed with their drug, and it like makes them bend over and just like become like a zombie.
Oh, like the stuff in Brazil, like the zombie drug in Brazil.
Here in the States too.
Oh, it is. Oh, I didn't know that.
I saw a thing, like what. I don't know if they do it on purpose or if it's just something that they add to the drug, but it was like a whole street full of people, and they were all in different stages of bent over, and they will bend all the way down, like almost kissing their toes.
I've seen that with like fentanyl,
and they're like frozen until it wears off.
I've seen a lot of people on fentanyl do that.
Is it fentanyl? Is that what it is?
It could be something else, but I'm just saying I've seen
kind of like animal tranquilizer or something.
Fentanyl is a very deadly narcotic. I don't think that involuntarily bending over is the consequence of fentanyl. I'm like, literally, if you get a whiff of that, you could instantly die.
It's like, so if people who take fentanyl in like pill form, sometimes they just get like they'll get like really tired and like sleepy looking, and then they'll just bend over and they'll just sit there for a long time. It's kind of like their frozen time or something. And we would get a lot of those like right outside of our hospital, where the emergency services people would have to like pull them in or like put them on a stretcher or something, because they would take the fentanyl, and they would like, this is how they adapted to survive, which is like, because this was a very impoverished area. They would go right outside the hospital. They would take the fentanyl because they knew that they would be right there at the hospital and people would notice them. And so when they slumped over and they got like all, stony, people would bring them in, and then they could get Narcan to reverse it. And so it was kind of like a survival technique they would do for addicts. And it was very sad to see that, but it happened a lot. We would get a lot of hunched over, bent over people sitting outside the hospital who were just kind of like, they were in a daze.
The fentanyl, no kidding.
Yeah.
No idea.
Mm-hmm. Fentanyl lean, somebody said. That's what they call it.
The fentanyl lean.
Yeah. It was a sad thing to see, because you would see it sometimes in teenagers, and I'm like, damn, what did your parents do to you, man? So it's crazy. Yeah. All right, guys, I think take off and go to bed soon. What's up?
It's called xylazine. It's not
xylazine. I have no idea what that is. Yeah. You lost me there. How do you spell that?
XY. Oh no, flesh eating. Wait,
what?
What is this?
I'm sorry. Who's eating? Who?
Like, I didn't know about that, but yeah, I think the place where I saw it was like a whole street. I think it was somewhere in Philly. But yeah, they get like frozen and stuck bent over. It's really, really awful.
Is anyone eating anyone? I'm sorry. I just want to clarify.
All the cannibal people are in Florida, as far as I'm aware. The last time the guy in bath salts that ate some guy's face.
Yeah, that's here too. Yeah, that's where I live. Yep. It started around here, like 45 minutes from where I live. I remember seeing that as a teenager. I'd never seen anything like that before because I was like a sheltered, child. I was like 15. And I started reading on the internet because I was allowed to use the internet because back in the day, like the internet wasn't a big thing yet. And I was allowed to read the internet finally by myself. And I saw this article about some guy eating someone else's face. And that's when I first learned about drugs. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, I remember zombie bath salts guy. That was right here in St. Augustine, like 45 minutes from where I live.
Yo, I remember the early internet when it was like dial-up connections and like it would take like 20 minutes to download an article. And I would remember being like 13, 14 years old trying to like download a picture of a Sports Illustrated magazine model or something. It would take like 45 minutes to an hour and still not be there. And then mom would walk in. It's like, what do you download? It's like, what? It's Sports Illustrated. Leave me alone. For a homework project.
Dial-up was when was dial-up a thing? I think when dial-up was around, I was like, I want to say like 5th grade playing Neopets.
Well, it was they used to have like 28K modems and 56K modems became a thing like in 92 or 93.
I was born in 92. So.
Yeah, and then they started having like what do you call it? Those high-speed connections, but with the still through the phone. I forgot what it was called.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it.
Turn of the century.
Yeah.
In the like early 2000s, and then it all kind of just took off from there.
I think we should have kept that, to be honest. It was like the right amount of internet without being parasocial like we are now.
Kind of go to the library because it was so slow. Like you still got to like go and read books because you could not download the information fast enough. That's what I remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I sit here sometimes and I'm like, what did I used to do before I had my phone all the time?
Yeah.
And I can't even picture like what did I do all day?
I remember I had the Encyclopedia Britannica set on like CD. It was like the big thing.
Yeah.
That was research in the 90s.
Speaking of shit like that, does anybody else still own a dictionary?
No. For what?
A physical dictionary? No.
I still have one. It's right now in front of my foot holding down my mic stand.
That's what they're for.
Yep.
It's my phone books now.
I was like, what do I do to keep this thing from flipping over? Because it kept flipping. And I was like, I have a dictionary there. I'm never going to use that. So might as well. All right. I got to dip now because I got to,
okay.
Yeah, get ready for bed soon. But I guess I'll listen to Omar and Brad.
I had a good point. YouTube is not going to like our conversation today.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't even care about that. But like, that's just me. All right, thanks, guys. We appreciate you. Let me make sure we didn't miss anything here. JTQZ5XW, that is quite a username. Thank you for the $5. Look up articles with Jared Kushner inviting Epstein to a publisher party. Epstein didn't show up, but Lively had been invited. It's in Yahoo and Daily Mail. Okay, I will have to look that up. That's right.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, articles came out yesterday about this same day. I see. Okay.
Now we know.
Gotcha.
Mystery solved.
Thank you, JT. All right. Well, everybody, that's it for me tonight, but I'll catch you next time, probably Monday. Like I said, I don't want to do overexposure on this, and I've been reading a lot of it, so I'll probably take tomorrow off, but we'll be back soon.
Take it off, Warren. I get anxiety every single time I see you post. Like, oh, there's something new again. Jesus.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, all you mods who are working so hard.
Yep. Don't be yeasty. Goodbye.
Don't be yeasty. Love you.